Hi, I'm Ken Jr. and welcome to Train World TV. Here you'll find the latest and greatest in model trains. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. And if you're new to our channel, we're glad you're here, and I invite you to click the subscribe button and hit that bell notification so you'll never miss a video. Now, we'd also love to send you exclusive deals and special announcements that you won't find anywhere else. So be sure to sign up for our emails, TW Text, and stay connected with us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. Now, you can find all the links in the description box below or trainworld.com. And without further ado, enjoy today's video.
All right, and good evening, everybody, and welcome to Thomas. It's not Tuesday, Monday today, and I want to first apologize to everyone. I actually messed up the date, so I do apologize about everything, the inconvenience. So hopefully everybody catches us tonight, and it does seem like it's a great turnout. So we are excited, and Christian, I know, is very excited for this. He has been calling me up nonstop. He's been saying this is going to be the show of a lifetime. So make sure you tune in for the whole show because Christian can't wait to go over everything on this show. It's action-packed. And I'll let Christian introduce everyone, but you probably already know Doug on as well with his Eagles hat going incognito. And we have a newcomer, Chris H, across the pond late at night over there. So thank you very much. But Christian, why don't you ramble off?
All right. Thank you, Ken. Well, guys, welcome to our first Thomas Monday stream that we've ever done, and possibly the only we'll ever do due to the scheduling change. But I'm just looking in the chat, Ken. We've got a huge turnout. We've got people I've looked up to for years, the Train Modeler, Caleb Train, Knapford Master 98, and the list goes on. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. And I am just super, super thrilled to be seeing these reveals live with everyone else this evening. People from overseas.
Yeah, we even have someone from Korea. Wow.
Really? I didn't know
that. Very neat.
That's incredible. Wow. Yeah, I'm just more and more names. Dan the 25 man, Railway Rando. Sorry, I'm reading random names, but these are all people I've looked up to or friends of mine or inspired me. And thank you guys all so much for tuning in live. Your contribution and viewership always makes these streams great. And Doug, Chris H, how are you both doing this evening?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Awesome.
Looking forward to the show and looking forward to see what Chris H has in store as well.
Awesome. And Doug is all set for the Super Bowl, as we could see. He's got his cap. He's all set. And I asked Ken and Doug, when are we finally going to get a Train World and Bachmann Super Bowl commercial? I think that's a question for us all to ask tonight, right? And then in addition to that, Ken, I finally got a proper banner for the stream, as you can see. Now, ironically, It's Thomas Tuesday, when, of course, it had to be on Thomas Monday. It just had to work out like that. But
put it in the chat, hashtag fire Ken. Christian is on me all week to fire me. I'm telling you.
A little masking tape and magic marker. You can go right over your face. You'll be fine.
I committed a big no-no in Christian's book. Don't mess up Thomas Tuesdays, Ken.
Always next time, Ken. There's always next time.
That's right.
But anyways, yes, Chris H, you've been waiting so patiently. How are you doing this evening?
I'm good, thank you. Thank
Wonderful.
you.
And you have a wonderful, wonderful presentation set up for us. You're a 009 modeler as well as N-Skill modeler. On top of that, you've been a long-time Thomas fan, right? You're now in your 30s. You also have a railroad experience, which you'll be talking about later in the stream too, with some picks. And that when I talked to Chris, guys who are watching, I mean, I couldn't believe like the amount of experience and places he's been to that involve real life railroading on top of being a Thomas fan. So that's just always something inspiring to also take on in these events. So without further ado, Ken, I think we'll pass it on to Chris H.
All right.
Thank you. Yeah, like Christian was saying, I've been modeling. I used to model in 00 gauge when I was a child. Grew up watching the Thomas Tank series on TV. Absolutely loved it. Then started collecting the Bachmann and Hornby Thomas range. And then as I've got older, I've moved into N gauge because of space. And then when Bachmann released the Thomas N gauge, I started collecting those because my dad had got me the toe mix Thomas, James, Percy, and Henry. And I couldn't quite believe the size difference between them and N gauge with the Bachmann stuff. Bachmann's amazing. I also got into 009 during the first lockdown we had in the UK, where I built a model railway in an old vivarium for a reptile.
Oh, wow.
Which was quite fun to challenge myself to do. And then from there, I've started making customs about a year ago. Made Smudger in 009 for an old Bachmann Rheneas. And I've also made Duke and Bertram in 009.
Wow.
Wonderful. And you have a 009 layout there, right?
I do, right beside me.
Amazing.
So,
Wow.
So that's 009.
And what's the inspiration behind the 009 layout? Like, I love that. Well, first of all, I love that it's a multi-layer layer. You have the 009 at the lower point and then the N-Skill at the top, which we'll get to later. But could we take a look at some of your customs and perhaps what your techniques were in constructing the layout?
Yeah, so the layout is actually built on foam card that I got online. Hang on, if I take the phone off here, I can show you it better. So it's built over 2 layers with the raised section, over bridge with, can you see it all right? Or do I need a light? So raised section with Georgia going underneath the bridge, which is one of the die-casty models.
Awesome.
And then I've got a little quarry down the bottom with 2 of the lorries.
Awesome. Is there a way you could go in a little closer or maybe flip the camera? I mean, I don't know if you're like doing it the other way or like if you can see like what you're doing. Yeah.
Okay. No, that's the wrong one. I'm not sure how to flip the camera.
Okay. No problem.
No problem.
The layout, I just wanted something to have a shunt round in with an engine shed. Little goods yard with the lorry picking up some boxes.
There's no reptiles in the field, correct?
Correct. Unfortunately, they passed away, so I had the Vivs. So I decided to have a go at making a railway in it.
Yeah. And as a multi-layer layer, what lighting did you use there at the top there, the strip?
The strip light is some LED under cabinet lighting, which runs off a 12-volt power supply.
Wow. And are the yard lights and street lamps, are those LED as well?
All the street lights and the lights on the buildings are all LED as well.
Wow.
And then the signals actually on the platforms. Hang on, let me find one that works properly.
Oh, wow.
Saw it move.
Oh,
Wow.
cool.
And there's a light. Wow, that's awesome.
There is, yes. And then I've used one of the die-cast models in the yard, dropping off a new loco or truck or carriage.
Awesome.
Looks excellent.
I love it. Yeah.
Really good.
Love the motorized signals, and the sunken quarry is. I think that's unique. It's really well done.
It took a lot of working out, but I managed to get there in the end. It was trying to work out how to actually build the track up.
Yeah, could you I'm sorry to interrupt, but could you like maybe lean the phone a little down just so we could see the inside of that quarry a little better? There we go. Yes, that's it.
Oh,
That's
cool.
nice.
Nice.
Wow.
So I've used a mixture of the die-cast and take-along Thomas toys.
Nice.
For
Yeah, because I love that the road it slopes down into that quarry too. Like,
Yeah.
to show the difference in elevation. That's just that attention to detail, just adds to the realistic impression.
I was a bit worried that the road up to the top layer is a bit steep, but then I've seen quarries where the roads are like that, so it's...
Yeah, for sure. Well, even season 5, that episode Horrid Lorry, some of those hills, man. Jeez.
Yes.
Quite steep. Everyone in the chat probably remembers those, right?
I think that's just really well done.
Yeah.
Awesome. And is there a way we could see one of the 009 engines go around the oval?
Yeah. So Bertram putting 2 of my custom gunpowder.
That's awesome. You actually fit a lot in that tank.
Yeah.
I have. It's 3 foot by 2 foot.
Wow.
It looks a lot bigger from here. Wow.
That's the amazing thing with those smaller scales, Ken. You're like the illusion, even though it's such a small amount of space, you can add so much in there.
That's
Oh,
right.
you can. Definitely. So then in the station, we got the Duke that I've made as well.
Awesome. Can we actually see those models close up afterwards?
Let me stop.
Very
Lovely.
cool.
And then in the yard, we got Smudger.
And that's from a Bachmann Reneus, right?
Yes.
Ah,
Awesome.
And
interesting.
the face for him is off a die-cast Bertram.
Right, since Bertram and Smudger shared the same face in the show for whatever reason.
Yes, which I didn't realize till I looked it up.
Yeah. They were running on a low budget for that season. I'm joking.
I'll bring Bertram around.
You got to see if Doug's wheels are turning in there for Smudger.
And then Bertram with...
Yeah, it looks really great. And could you show like what all the switches do? Like, I don't know if like the phone you can somehow adjust the phone so that you could.
So these ones power the lighting for the yards and the street lamps. That one does the main. Hang on.
Oh, okay. Wait, could you lean the phone a little further down? Yeah, like right there.
So these all power the yard lights and the platform lighting and the lighting for the quarry. This one's for the main light of the vivarium. These ones are for all the point motors. And then these 4 are for the signals. And
That's awesome.
Yeah, and again, I love how it's all so compact. It's all just right there, very organized, which is just so convenient.
It's so handy.
Yeah.
Probably my wiring's a bit of a mess at the moment.
Yeah, even for a 2x3 layout, a lot of wiring work there.
Yeah.
There is.
Wonderful. And the last question I have about this, at least for now, is the sky. How did you make? Did you paint it, or did you buy a backdrop? Like
I painted all the background. The sky and the hills are all hand painted.
Wow.
Looks wonderful. I was gonna
That's
say
awesome.
it looks like you bought something. So it looks that good,
Definitely.
unless you get up really close to it, it's not bad.
I like how you use toggle switches for all the electric. Usually people, they'll just hook it up to the transformer and, it goes with the transformer, but using toggle switches is pretty cool.
I like doing it so I can actually have a visual of what I've done.
Yeah.
Definitely. Awesome. So shall we transition to end skill? Unless you had other things to show for 009.
No, that's all on the 009.
Awesome.
When you open up let's say when you wake up in the morning and you want to run your Thomas and Friends layout, do you say lights, cameras, action, and toggle switch like when you say it?
I do, and then I have to tell Smudger to behave.
That's awesome.
Smudger has a habit of doing what Duncan does and riding off the rails.
Because I see like all different spotlights. That's awesome. It's like get ready, lights, cameras, action, and all ready to roll. Very cool.
Awesome.
Good job.
Thank you.
Nice.
And now we get into the end scale layout, which has a lot of customs.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Cool.
Everything on here, the engine shed is customed. The only items that aren't is James, Percy, and Thomas,
Which are the Bachmann, right?
which are the Bachmann ones.
And soon enough, Gordon will be added to that as well.
He will indeed.
Great. So can we actually start at the roundhouse? Maybe we can go around the layout.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, I don't know if there's a way we could get even closer. Yeah. I want to see, is there a way we could find out how you can flip that camera so you don't have to struggle there, Chris? Because I feel like you're really trying to get the right shot. Let's see.
I think you have to do it in settings on the app.
Yeah, maybe you could click settings real quick, just so you're seeing what we're seeing, and it's not like, oh, I hope it's like okay.
Well, there we go.
Oh, hang on.
You just had it, yeah.
Got it.
There you go. Yep.
There it is.
Perfect.
Amazing. I just love that. Even though this is end scale, when you go up close, the models look so much bigger than they really are. And the detail really just comes across.
There's a lot of time went into painting them.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So
When
what's
Chris
the story?
introduced the segment by saying that most of this is custom work, you look at the volume and think, oh my gosh, the amount of time and skill required is incredible. So looking forward to seeing everything you got here.
Thank you.
Awesome. So what's the story behind these locos? Are some of these British engines that you painted and then added a face to, or are some of them from other Thomas toys? What's the story behind these?
So Salty I made from a wind-up toy. Diesel was a second-hand loco I got a while ago, and I wanted to make Diesel, and I thought I'd have a go. He was actually the second custom I did. And then Lady I've recently done, but I may redo her because I'm not quite happy with how she turned out. I 3D printed her body and painted it.
That's
Duck
crazy.
was a second-hand loco I got on eBay and painted him up. Used a face off of a die-cast model.
Wonderful. And the Diesel and Duck locos, are those Bachmann British end scale?
No, I think the one I used for Duck is the Diesel was Graham Farish.
Graham Farish. I see. Nice. And that's your custom Tidmouth sheds, which was 3D printed, you told me?
It was 3D printed by my sister, yes.
Wow.
And then I
Something
painted
else.
it up and put lighting in him.
Very cool. And what turntable did you use there?
It's a Pico turntable.
Nice. Is it operational?
It's not at the moment. It was, but then I had an issue with the electrics to it.
Oh, okay. Looks nice. And you've got looks like a little Sir Topham Hatt's car there.
Yeah.
Which Bachmann just announced in HO. Nice.
Very cool.
Over the back, I've made Harvey out of a wind-up toy again.
Nice. It's funny those wind-up toys are pretty in scale with them. I never really realized that.
And his actual crane arm moves.
Oh wow.
So then behind Harvey, I've done a couple of box vans, some cattle vans, and some China clay wagons. Over here I have Rocky, which I've made out of a Thomas play capsule toy.
Wow. And it came with the string, or you added the string at the top?
I added the string and the chain on his arm.
Wow. Now, were you just able to use that with your fine fingers, or did you have to use like little tools to really get that on properly?
I had to use tweezers.
Wow. I was going to say, like, geez.
He took a lot of work because I had to paint all the lining on him as well as sort out the wheel set for him.
Wow.
And the truck for his jib as well.
You must always be on the lookout for toys and material that you can use as a basis for your conversions.
I am, yes. And then front of the layout, I've got Hector the Horrible.
Classic.
And behind him, there's some tar wagons, milk wagon.
Actually, can you go back to Hector?
Yeah.
Actually, Doug, that could be something. He's kind of like just a hopper or a gondola, just with the face.
Troublesome truck.
Yeah.
Doug's fun.
Yeah.
He was a very troublesome one to make. It took me 3 attempts to get him right.
Well, he looks happy right now, so
Yeah.
you did good.
I love the basis too of Hector. You know, it's a unique looking hopper.
Was that total scratch, or did you use something else?
I 3D printed him, and the face has actually come off a Take Along Thomas Hector.
Wow.
Nice.
Then in front of him, we got a flatbed with some pots of paint, which again are all 3D printed and hand painted.
Amazing. Could you just put your finger there just to show the size difference between those paint cans and your finger?
Tweezer work required.
Definitely. So then at the front, we got Old Slow Coach.
Lovely. Another classic.
Very cool.
And I love all the tanker variants you have behind there too. The sort of fuel wagon,
The milk
wagon, and the tar tankers. Like tar tankers and milk tankers. Those would be some nice variants, Doug, for the N-Scale line in the future.
They would.
Totally understood.
Yeah.
And then I've got some of James's coaches that I've 3D printed and painted.
Nice.
My latest finish, which is Murdoch.
Wow. And that's a 9F looking, just to show like his wheelbase, right? His 10 driving wheels, right?
Yeah. And then at the front, I have done a rake of circus coaches.
Cool.
What'd you do for the graphics for those?
I found an image of them online,
Mm-hmm.
scaled them down, and then printed them out and glued them onto the actual side of the trucks.
Nice job. They fit well.
It took a lot of scaling and errors to get them right.
Another van variant for the future, Doug.
That was a tough one for us.
But one thing I did want to ask Chris again. I think I mentioned this to you when we had our call, but like, how did you paint these, especially those little stars, or I guess they're little dots, like again against the white strips of those vans?
Tiny little dots. I was going to try stars, but I didn't have a paintbrush thin enough.
I see.
Until the other day when the paintbrush I used to paint these lost all of its hairs bar one.
I see.
But a very small paintbrush and a lot of patience and holding breath.
Holding breath, yeah.
Especially with the lined one here.
Yeah, I was going to say, you got those so even, too. That's amazing. And it looks wonderful behind the Bachmann and Skill Thomas right there.
That's pretty cool.
He pulls them nicely.
Just for reference, one more time, can you put your finger in the shot, like on the platform? Size difference. Amazing.
That's cool.
It really does make you appreciate the work that much more.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I doing them, I actually can see why it takes so long to bring things out. Because of the research and everything that goes into making them.
You're saying you have an appreciation for Doug, right?
It's a process, right?
It is. I mean, even doing just the circus wagons, I spent 3 weeks researching each one to make sure I got them as near as what they are in the show.
Well, the results speak for themselves.
Definitely. Wow.
That's pretty cool. Quite honestly, that would sell well for any scale, Doug, or any customer.
Right.
Circus.
Yeah, and there's also a cattle wagon variant too, Doug, that could go with the vans.
I feel all this pressure.
Yes.
Nudge.
I'm gonna have a bruise in my side.
Wink, wink.
No, but really,
Very
I mean,
cool.
really stunning job, Chris. Like,
Thank you.
They look beautiful.
The graphics are pretty cool on that too.
Yeah, and I love that when you got low too. Like, I was looking at the clouds in the sky again, and what did you use for the sky for this layout? Because that also looks really nice.
I actually had an image on my phone from a railway I was going to do ages ago, and I can't remember where I got the photo from, but I thought it'd tie in nicely with the layout.
Definitely.
That's awesome.
You know, they kind of look like the clouds from the show. I was thinking, like, I was getting like season 5 vibes for a second. So.
They do, yes, actually. Yeah.
Yeah. And you have a brake fan at the back there. That looks nice too.
I do, yeah.
Nice. I could just look at this all day.
Yeah.
You have other customs, right? Including some buildings, right? You have Mrs. Conley's cottage, right? Some themed cottages.
Mrs. Conley's cottage up on the corner.
Nice. It's an iconic location. You also have a little farm that's kind of like Farmer McColl's farm.
I do, with a little
Trevor. Trevor, wow.
And I have Bertie the bus waiting at the crossing. And in the yard, I have Elizabeth sitting patiently.
Cool.
Love it. And once again, all those lights in the buildings, those are LEDs?
Yes, they're all LEDs, all powered off of the transformer.
Nice. Now, is this layout operational? Because you have an engine go around?
Yeah.
Awesome. Perfect. Got to have Thomas.
That's cool.
And what are the dimensions again of the N scale layout?
So this one is 4 foot by 2 foot.
4 foot by 2 foot. Okay.
So
Again,
you don't need a big space to get into trains, you know?
yeah.
The
So
bottom one was 3 by 2. I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah, you were able to fit that whole roundhouse too, like in just 2 feet by 4 feet. That's really impressive. I mean, that's the magic of N scale. Able to do that.
It is.
Looking great, and I love all the ballast and the grass, and yeah, and I remember you were telling me in the call that you have plans to make another N scale layout, right? At some point.
I will be rebuilding this one at some point soon.
That's great.
It's going to be 4 foot by 2 foot, with a 2 foot by 18-inch extension on the side. I'm going to build up a yard scene of Tidmouth sheds.
Nice.
I'm also hoping to do Knapford Station and the bridge from the opening credits of the original Thomas series.
That's great.
That's an ambitious new build. I love it.
It's going to be, yes.
Yeah, Knapford Station and N scale too. Wow, that's going to be something else.
They want to see Murdoch run.
Oh,
I'll get Thomas back and we can. Come on, Thomas, behave.
yeah, that's the other thing, with model railroading, just constantly cleaning the tracks and making sure that things run smoothly, right?
Oh, definitely, especially with N-gauge, because any tiny little bit that gets inside the point blade.
Yeah, for sure. Oh man. And Murdoch can actually accommodate all those curves.
He can. I shouldn't put him in that one though. And he's lost his train.
All good.
Cool.
Yeah, we get a good side shot of his wheel configuration when he comes around.
Cool.
Yeah, 10 drive wheels.
Wow.
Hopefully, on the new layout, I'll have better curves for him.
Yeah, a little wider radius for him. He needs it, right?
He does, yes.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that he's making it around at all is impressive.
Yeah.
The Tomix Henry I have won't go around these corners at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, those models were always like scaled a little bigger than N scale,
Oh,
so
yes.
that was always the issue with those. Whereas the Bachmann ones, as well as the custom ones you have there, are in scale, which is nice.
They are. It's what I didn't realize till I got the Bachmann Thomas and Percy, the actual size difference between the Tomix and the Bachmann ones.
Mm-hmm.
It was quite a big size difference.
Yeah. And where again do you have the control set for this layout? Like, do you also have
So this panel here does all the lighting for the buildings and the engine shed. Then I have my controllers, and then these 2 rows here do all the point motors.
Nice. Wait, can we actually see one of the points switch back and forth electrically?
So on the diagram, the light will change.
I see. Oh.
And then
Nice.
Were you into anything electrical, or how'd you learn all the electrical points and switch machines and stuff like that?
I did electronics when I was at secondary school.
Okay, well, there you go.
And then my dad's an electrician as well, so
that explains it. I was gonna say this is a professional job.
A lot of times it runs in the family, right?
That's cool. Good for you.
Amazing. Just taking it all in, just looking at it all. It's great. Now, Chris, you also said that you had experience on railroads or some experiences that with pictures. Like I think you told me you were replicating a shot of fishing out of Thomas's tank at one of the railroads. Like, could we show some of the viewers like some of those pics?
Yeah. What I'll do is I'll flip my camera back round.
Because that's really cool.
So I was involved in a preserve railway down in East Sussex, sorry. And I got to spend the day on the full-size Thomas tank engine.
That's a day well spent.
It was an absolutely fantastic. I think I was on Thomas for 2 days, and I was asked to recreate catching a fish out of his tank.
Just like the classic Railway Series story.
Is that a real fish?
It's not. It's a wooden.
Okay.
I did ask for a real fish, but they said no.
We may need a disclaimer if it is. No animal was harmed in the process.
And I also got to spend a day on full-size Percy.
Cool. Wow.
Interesting.
Which was, again, a lot of fun.
Where in the UK is this?
The Spa Valley Railway in Tunbridge, Wales.
Oh, wow. Very cool.
Yeah, it's funny, like, they'll take, like, those real-life bases, right? Or those real-life engines of whatever class it is and, like, add the face. They'll even put in the detail of that. It's really cool. You know, even, like, here in America at Strasbourg, we have a day out with Thomas, right? And there's a Thomas model with a face on it and such. I mean, it's just such a neat concept, you know, bringing the magic to life in a way. Like
it is.
Was there a good turnout?
A lot of cheap. There was, yes. For the Thomas, when we were doing the fishing, they got the children to line up in a row and pass buckets of water up to me to fill his tank up after I got the fish out.
That's amazing. Wow.
That's funny.
Now, do they still give the opportunity to other people, like if they volunteer to do something like that? Or was it like a once only sort of deal where like, we're going to have someone do this now or like, or
the other people I was on the engine with that day didn't want to do it.
Oh, I see.
I drew the short straw of you're doing it.
So
I
next,
don't think short straw.
yeah, I was gonna say. So next you'll be on Thomas driving him, and they'll have to get a Birdie the bus, and you'll race Birdie the bus in real life and remake Thomas and Birdie.
We did do bits in the station where Diesel would come up and nick a truck from behind Thomas, and we'd chase after him and get our truck back.
That is awesome. Another place I need to visit at some point.
Well worth the visit. I used to work at the Bluebell Railway where Stepney is based. And I got to spend days cleaning her, and that when I wasn't at work in the restaurant, I was down in the yard cleaning.
Nice. Amazing. Love that.
A lot
Very
of fun,
cool.
a lot of hard work. And when it's hot here in the UK, it's hot on there. We actually step off to get cool because it's cooler outside than it is on the engine.
Oh.
Wow. Very
Keep
cool.
no.
Great
Amazing.
job, Chris. You really did something fantastic.
Yeah, and actually, Ken,
Really
one other
special.
thing. One last thing, Chris. You have a whole collection of N scale models on the shelf, right? Like that's the last thing. If we could showcase that.
I do, yes.
Wonderful.
Oh, hang on. More on. So
Nice. Yeah, we couldn't pass this, Ken. sorry to cut you off there.
my 009 collection,
That's awesome.
and I will be eventually turning these Asda light rail locos into working locos.
Wow.
And they're gonna run on Z gauge track, right?
Yes.
That's amazing because there's another railway like Ken. I don't know if you're familiar with this, but the Arsdale engines they run on OOZ track, which is apparently in proportion to HO, like excessive. You can almost envision it to be like excessive narrow gauge, where it's like a Z gauge track in scale to
Oh
HO.
my God, crazy.
You know what you need for that? Little tweezers.
And a very large magnifying glass.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, I can only imagine.
And then I've got the Bachmann Annie and Clarabelle, along with the fuel tank, water tank, and oil tank.
Nice. Those are the Bachmann models, right?
These are the Bachmann ones, yeah.
Nice.
And then I've the two Troublesome Trucks and Scruffy.
Nice. Which are also the Bachmann.
That's
They
an
are-
awesome showcase to display.
Yeah, I see some empty spaces. I think we better get busy and make some more product to fill that up.
Right.
Yeah, all of this is empty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then in this one, I've got the Tomix, Thomas, Annie Clarabelle, Henry up the back with his white and red coaches, James with the Troublesome Trucks, and then Percy with the Sodor Mail wagons. And you were saying about Z gauge. This is N gauge. That is Z gauge.
Wow.
Oh, Z gauge.
Z gauge, yes.
Wow. So, Doug, when are we going to get a Z gauge Thomas?
You know,
Maybe.
we got our hands full keeping 3 gauges going.
I'm joking. I'm joking. That one really was a joke. I promise.
Excellent.
Yeah, but I can't wait to see Gordon in there as well as the newly announced rolling stock, like those new box fans. Because Chris, I know we were talking, and you're interested in getting all of those products.
I am, definitely.
So that's great.
Nicely done, Chris.
Yes.
Thank you.
Great job, Chris. Thank you for being a part and staying up late. I know it's someone said it's got to be like close to midnight over there, so we appreciate you hopping on the call.
It's almost Thomas Tuesday then.
Yes.
Got a point.
We made it.
All right, and yeah, thank you so much, Chris. The models, the display, your layouts, your railway experience too, like just really, really remarkable and inspiring for all the viewers. And yeah, I got to get going with an N scale collection of myself because I couldn't believe just how much detail you could incorporate in all those custom models and the Bachmann models, and just again, can't wait for more progress.
Thank you.
But on that note, I think we'll move on to the reveals for today.
Sounds good.
All right. Great job, Chris. Thank you so much for coming on. Really appreciate it. That was tremendous. And I guess before we turn it over for Doug, let's kick it off with a raffle. This way we could get ourselves situated because it's a big reveal tonight. And well, Christian, did you tell people it's a reveal?
Yes. Oh, yeah. Well, N-scale Gorn has never been seen before. And I know Doug also mentioned there was another painted reveal in addition to that he's also going to be revealing, guys. So stay on, guys. It's not just Gorn. There's something else we haven't seen yet.
So there's a reveal to the reveal.
There's a reveal to the reveal. Yeah. That's how we'll put it.
All right, Christian. And what's the hashtag for this raffle you want it to be? Was it go Gordon or
we want Gordon. That was
we
it.
want Gordon. All right. So let's do this. We're going to raffle off Emily's G scale this time, brake coach. And this box was a little nicked up, but the product seems fine. So it's a raffle of it's brand new. The box was just a little damaged, so I figured, well, why don't we just raffle it off? But G scale Emily's brake coach, and put in the chat hashtag we want Gordon, and put in what state you're from or location where you're from, and also on top of that, this is gonna be a two-parter. So hashtag we want Gordon, where you're from, and also you're gonna have to take a screenshot when Doug does the reveal. So take a screenshot and post it on Twitter or Facebook somewhere. Make sure you tag Bachmann. Make sure you tag Train World. So this may be a complicated one, but it will be worth it. This is a beautiful G scale Emily's brake coach, and we're going to raffle this beautiful looking train off.
Good luck,
what do you think, Christian?
We're getting a lot in, Ken. A lot are coming in.
A lot are coming in. All right.
Yeah, I'm looking at the comments. I think already I counted at least 30 or 40. So.
Shame it won't fit my layout.
Chris is gonna have to get a bigger reptile fish tank for G scale. All right. With that being said, while the comments come in, Doug and Doug, we got to also talk about the big Bachmann catalog too.
Absolutely. What order do you want to go in?
Actually, yeah, maybe we'll start with the. Sorry, Ken. Do you want to decide, Ken?
It's all on you, Christian. Whatever you want.
I was gonna think maybe we should start with the catalog to get warmed up.
Okay.
And then we could go in with some of the reveals like we have seen, like the N-scale box vans from the Amherst show. And then go to the rolling stock reveal. That's the painted. I'm not going to say what it is. And then the locomotive everyone's been waiting for as the final reveal.
Awesome. And in the meantime, we'll let those raffle entries line up. All right, Doug, it's all you.
All right. So are you going to bring up catalog pages?
Yes, if you want to show the actual thing first.
You cut out on me on that one. I'm sorry.
You want to show the actual book first in your hand on?
Oh yeah, well I got that.
Oh yeah, so there you go.
There's our 2023 catalog.
Awesome.
It's available right now on our website for viewing or for download at bachmanntrains.com. The actual printed version will be available in probably about a month if you want to order that online as well. But in the meantime, all the information, as I said, is at bachmanntrains.com. Ken has it up now on his screen. So we can just flip through some of the new introductions. It's not quite as much as we're used to introducing for our this time of year for the February. We usually introduce at February Toy Fair, which has been actually postponed until October this year. But we nevertheless wanted to bring some new products out, and we need to do a little catch up on some of the production for things we've already announced. So hopefully you'll be okay with what we have coming here. Ken is flipping well. All right, so Bo and Rebecca, we had previously Yeah, you're good. Bo and Rebecca, we had previously announced earlier this year, or earlier last year, I should say. The open carriage blue is a totally new announcement for 2023. So that'll be a nice new piece of rolling stock, a little bit different, something maybe a little unexpected, but we think that'll do well and will be of interest to the fandom.
Yeah, and just real quick, sorry, just to cut you off because I always do that. But anyways,
that's okay.
What will be really cool about it too is with the upcoming HO figure packs, because it's an open carriage, you could perhaps have some stand inside there as you're running the engine around the layout. I think that'll be a really neat feature.
Cool.
Excellent point. Thank you. And then for just while you're there, Ryan, I looked at the production schedule. We were supposed to have them last year. According to the production schedule, and don't quote me on this because things, always seem to change, is supposed to have been made by now, but probably did not make it on a container before everything shuts down for Chinese New Year. So it should be on a container soon. So hopefully we'll have Ryan probably, if all goes well, in about a month and a half, 2 months. So hopeful on that.
All right.
So we're good on that. And then the next page is what, let's see what we got there. Well, while we're there, we might as well take advantage of it. In the lower right, Christian said I don't recall doing this, so I'm going to show you some painted samples of Mr. Jolly's Chocolate Factory, the ventilated van, as well as the Brendan Bay ventilated van as well. Is that all right if we flip back and forth, Ken, or do you want me to just keep going with the catalog? Yeah. All right, there's Mr. Jolly's Chocolate Factory. Nice painted sample there. So just have him going. So,
look at how jolly Christian is.
I can guarantee you, Ken, I ain't the only one.
And then the Brendan Bay Shipping Company van as well. So that's I really like both these cars. This one of the two, I think that's probably my favorite. It's just a nice strong graphic.
Yeah.
I think it's a sharp looking car. So anyway, those will be on the way soon. There we go. All right, back to catalog time. Sorry for the interruption there for the flow.
No problem.
All right, these are everything here is previously announced, except again the lower right. So there we go, coming up. So those gondola cars, that's a new introduction or a new announcement. So and it's going to take us a while on that. As I said, we need to catch up on some of these other projects as well. So those will be, hopefully 2023. Probably it might be it's probably going to be 2024, quite frankly, because we got to catch up with those the high side wagons there.
Yeah.
Did we skip over this one?
No, that was announced
Sir
last
Handel?
year. That's one we got to catch up on.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Sir Handel?
Yep.
Oh yeah, that's an exciting one too,
Okay.
Ken. That's
All
gonna be another big one.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, and going back to the rolling stock real quick before but what's cool is that those Blue Mountain Quarry wagons, the high side as well as gondolas, were both based on real life pieces of rolling stock at Ballyclin or just in Wales in general, I believe. So it's like it's really neat, the both the CGI series and just in general, like the CGI series has captured the real life proportions and aesthetic, so that it's going to be nice to have that as a Bachmann model as well. So,
and it'll be our job to capture, both from the series and real life railroading as well. So we'll try and have a good combination of features.
right.
All right, coming over here, our new announcement is Sir Topham Hatt's car. So Christian had pointed out earlier that that'll make a nice companion to the figures that will be coming out this year as well.
Cool.
Definitely. A lot of excitement on Twitter for this one, Doug.
Excellent. So that's it for HO for new product introductions. We are working on the figures now. With apologies, the figures are a long process, but we're making progress on them. And Tidmus Sheds shipped last year, I think at the very end of the year. So, Ken, if you want to go to N scale now, do you want a page number I can give you?
Yeah, if you go to the bottom arrow, Ken, look, you should be able to skip ahead.
Yeah, you can go to 149.
It's coming.
It'll be the start of the yellow section. First page in the yellow section. Got a lot of HO. Scroll through.
Sorry, maybe it was better to get a page number, Ken, but that's usually what I do.
There we go. First one. There you go, right there. Excellent. Okay, so we know Gordon's coming. We talked a little bit about that, right? And then our announcement on the bottom of this page is for Henrietta.
Cool.
Very exciting.
Very.
Definitely. That's good. And then on the next page, we have 3 new box fans. And Toad we introduced earlier last year, but the box fans are a new addition. And I can jump in with some demonstrations of those while we're here if you like.
Go for it.
All right, so I'm going to start first with Toad. I've showed Toad before, but I don't think I've showed a painted version.
Cool.
This is the reveal.
This is one of the reveals, yeah. So his roof color is going to change a little bit. I don't think you could really tell that much on the camera, but it'll be a little bit darker than it is now. So there's graphics only on one side. Let me show you the graphics on the other side. I think I'm in focus there.
Yeah. Can we see the lamps more close up? Those ones that stick out?
Yeah, that's gonna be a tough one. Let me see.
Okay.
They're really tiny. Let's see. Is that in focus? I can't tell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to look. What?
All right. We got the brake stand in there.
See, Ken, wait, what? This is what I'm talking about. No one knew this was coming.
That's right.
All right. It's hard. It's really hard to show the lamps. I don't know if you've got any of that at all. Oh, tail lamp? No tail lamp.
Yeah.
So there's Toad coming at you. All right. And then we're going to go to the box fans. So we got 3 of those guys. Have a Great Western version. N-scale Great Western box fan.
Nice. Again, the comparison between your fingers and the model and how much detail it has. I love that. And Chris, you're the real N-scale guy. How are you feeling?
It's brilliant. The detailing is amazing. Like you say, the amount of detail you have to do into such a small scale.
We try and get as much in as we can. All right, and then this one's going to require a little bit of explanation. So this is the Sodor Fruit and Vegetable Company. This is like the roof is the right color. We thought the graphics were a little bit small on that, and we cheated them up a little bit. I'm going to show you a painted shell that has a different size graphic on it. It's kind of hard to tell by comparison, but anyway, wrong roof color, but the graphics are a little bit bigger. So, and if it's in focus there, it actually says Sodor Fruit and Vegetable Company on there. So that's coming your way this year, and then the ice cream van.
Nice.
Very neat.
That's really nice.
Yeah, that will go really nicely with your circus train, Chris.
It will.
That's right. All right, there we go. So those are 3 box fans and N scale for our new announcement in 2023. And I think that should be about it. I don't know. Let me see. Did we do anything in large scale? I have to look. I don't think we did. Oh, well, Toby's museum coaches we had announced previously.
Emily's passenger set in N scale is going to be pretty wild.
Yeah.
That should be good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've got, I think some people were surprised that we came out with N scale Gordon before Emily, because Emily and N scale was announced first. But Emily just required a little extra engineering with that Sterling single. It's a little bit more difficult engineering wise. So that engineering is done now. So hopefully it won't be too much longer before we'll be able to show a first shot sample of Emily. So I'll wait for
G, the museum coach.
G. There's the Toby's museum coaches, which were announced previously. But I think those will be a nice addition to somebody who's got a garden, railroad, or a G-scale layout for the Toby character.
Nice. And the final vans too there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice. So, awesome.
All right. Lots of good stuff.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
I tell you, it's going to take everybody a long time to get through that catalog. A lot of product, good product.
And all available Train World, or most of it, right?
I'm pretty sure most of it. I was actually looking yesterday and going through. It's like 3,000 SKUs that for Bachmann to carry. It's a lot of product. It's amazing. But we carry all your scales.
Product for you too.
That's right. But it's all good stuff. Bachmann makes some really great products, and especially the Thomas line. They do a great, tremendous job. But now, the moment that Christian has been waiting for.
All right. Well, I'm gonna make the big reveal now, and it's taking off my hat. So I hope I haven't messed up my hair. In the meantime, go Eagles for the Super Bowl. We're a Philadelphia company since 1833, so I got to get that plug in there. This reveal, hope I didn't mess up that hair. Oh, no, I'm good. All right. I'll hold them up both together. I'm going to tease this just a little bit because it's going to be difficult to hold them together. I'm going to start with the tender. So here's first look at Gordon's tender. Let me see if we get some light on it.
And this is the screenshot everybody has to take for the
wait for the locomotive there.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So the wheels are, the wheels will be a black and metal. So
very cool.
Just so you know, there'll be some changes to appearance, of course. Nice coal load in there. All right. So we got that going, and now we can do the official drum roll.
Here we go.
Ready, Christian?
I think I'm ready.
All right. There we go. Oh, wait a minute. There we go.
Wow.
Oh, I almost dropped him. Almost dropped him. That would have been disaster.
I hope someone got Christian's face. Wow. Very cool.
There's Gordon's face. All right.
Nice.
And can we please get a close-up of those side rods?
Absolutely. And the side rods, just so you know, are not final. Those are all handmade side rods. So the details and crispness will be a little bit better on those side rods.
Amazing.
Lots of action on those. And we do have.
Sorry, I'm cutting you off because I'm just amazed, Doug. But I mean, I was talking with other friends, and they were like, "Oh, it's N scale. They're probably going to simplify the side rods like one of the toy companies did." And I'm like, "No, I think they're going to go the full mile." And I'm looking at it, and it's got the full configuration. And I'm like, wow.
We tried to get it all in there. So yeah, that was a lot of work, but worth it.
I heard the same as you, and people going, I wonder if it's going to be bulky on the motion. And
What? I'm sorry. What about the motion?
I had someone say to me that they think the motion of Gordon might be bulky, and I said, no, doubt it.
We have a video for a little later. You'll see the motion. I think you're gonna like it.
I forgot. Yes, there's a video.
Right. Trying to get a little light in there. There we go. Inside of the cab. Of course, an open cab again. And there's Gordon.
This is going to be an unbelievable engine.
Yeah.
I tell you.
So there we have. Whoops, there we go.
If you haven't pre-ordered this N-Scale Gordon, you better get your pre-order in tonight because it's going to sell out quickly. That's unbelievable.
All right, let me get the tender up here as well so you can see them together. I think I got them hooked in there. There we go.
Wow.
That's
Amazing.
gorgeous.
Thank you, thank you. I think everyone's going to be happy with them.
I cannot wait to see that video of him running, Doug.
All right, well, you're in control of the video, so whenever you're ready.
All right. Wow.
All right.
Excellent. And a video on top of it. Doesn't Doug bring the best presents? I tell you, unbelievable.
We need to bring back the hashtag. We love Doug. We need to bring back
Yes. Yes.
Not tonight. Save it for another one.
We need to put a Santa's hat on top of Doug all the time, or an Eagles Santa's hat, because he's like Santa. He just keeps on bringing out presents for everyone.
It's a fun thing to do.
All right. You ready
This
for
is courtesy
Christian?
of Matt Stern shot this for us, our communications manager. He did a great job. Just it's a short video, but it shows the motion of the valve gear really well.
And by the way, Christian has not seen this video. He was intentionally not watching it because he wanted to do it live. So hang tight. Smooth.
The video's got a little lag in it for me anyway. I don't know how it's playing for you. There you go.
That's the money shot.
One.
Amazing.
There you go.
Hold on, let me rewind.
The money shot. We gotta watch that one more time. Yeah.
Yeah. Put it in the chat. Hashtag money shot.
Money shot.
Very neat.
Amazing. And at that speed too. I love that it's so smooth at such a slow speed.
Christian, you got to do a slow motion remake of this. Just wow. Excellent.
So there's Gordon, gentlemen and ladies. I hope that bring some smiles to some faces. And from Christian and Chris, I think the answer is a yes.
Oh yeah,
Definitely.
As I told you, Ken and Doug, I'm trying to keep my cool.
Oh, you're doing great. You're doing great.
I hope it's not coming through, but I'm literally like shivering right now because of how like happy I am with this.
Excellent.
And the face too looks really nice.
It does.
Yeah. There it is. There it is.
Very cool.
All right.
Doug, are we able to post this to YouTube?
The video?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
So we'll definitely post that on the video. So we
The
appreciate
next
it.
viral video, Ken.
Oh no, you've got the record for that, Christian. For the tender, James's tender.
Well, I'll tell you, Ken, we got to do one now with Gordon's tender going down the hill. That's going to be the next one.
Yes,
Great.
without a doubt, without a doubt. Actually, we ended up reposting that video and it went viral again. So it's the gift that keeps on giving.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Very cool.
What are we up to view-wise on that?
Oh, I don't even know. It's got to be something ridiculous now.
Yeah,
But,
I looked up the original, Ken, just 2 weeks ago, just out of curiosity, and it was up to 1.9 million views, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. That's unbelievable.
Something
You
completely
never
done,
know.
Yeah, something completely done by accident. It was just like, Ken, check this out. Just little tender going down the hill because I'm bored. I need a little break from filming, and then
That's just great. All right, well we'll try with the Gordon tender one as well.
That's
definitely.
awesome.
That's a deal.
Great stuff. And so, wow, action packed. I don't even know if Christian has words for now. So he's just going to have to recuperate right now. This is unbelievable. People are asking about some of the pre-orders, like for Sir Handel. Hopefully we could get them uplisted this week. We do apologize. The list was so long from Bachmann that it's going to take a while to get listed and loaded, but we'll focus on the Thomas items tomorrow. Hopefully maybe Christian could help us out and send us a specific list of just new Thomas items that we don't have on the website for now. But if you are looking to pre-order the Gordon, we do have him available at trainworld.com. And you could go to trainworld.com, go to Bachmann Trains, and you could sort out all your Bachmann Thomas if you want under trains. Go to Thomas. So all your Bachmann Thomas, you could sort by scale. If you're looking for Gordon, you could pre-order. Pre-orders are no money down. So if you are looking to purchase it, go place the order. You don't have to put a dime down. And then when it ships, your credit card gets charged at that time. So it's really easy. And now we do accept PayPal for in-stock items. So I know a lot of, I guess, modelers out there, especially young people, use PayPal. So we do have that as an in-stock option if there's a Thomas item you have your heart desired for. But look at all these items, Christian. I mean, over 180 Thomas items, and that's not even including the new items in the packet. So everybody give it up for Doug. Hashtag thanks, Doug, for and Bachmann for making all these Thomas products, because it's really incredible how big the Thomas brand has grown. So it's really tremendous. And all of us, Bachmann, Train World, all of us included in the industry, could not do it without you folks placing these orders and giving us your support and all this feedback and excitement in it. It makes us keep wanting to do it. So we really appreciate you everybody out there. So thank you everyone. And here's N-Scale Gordon, the Express engine. So we are taking pre-orders, and we'll we'll try to load up that video shortly. What else, Christian?
No, Ken, I'm just in awe. Once again, the N-Scale Gordon, like, just looking at that, just exceeded my expectations so far, especially with that side rod configuration. I mean, wow, like at that scale. And especially I love, not only was it so close, that third shot in the video, but I love that it ran so slowly. And you got to see how smooth he could run at that speed. Because that's something, especially a lot of the older end scale models, even at that size, don't really run like that. So it just shows like the quality in that piece. And I cannot wait to see that model once it's fully painted in addition. So thank you so much, Doug, for just making my night, as always.
On behalf of Bachmann, my pleasure. And I'm looking forward to bringing you the next edition as well.
That's
And
awesome.
Chris H, thank you so much for showing your wonderful N scale and narrow gauge displays and layouts rather in the fish tank of all things. I thought that was such a unique idea. And from the paint jobs to those circus vans to the wiring, it's just really remarkable everything that was shown.
Thank you for having me.
And
Thank you, Chris.
we'll have to get that glass case filled up much more with the new Bachmann products coming in. So
I think my bank account's not going to like me.
I'd like to echo that. Great job, Chris.
Thanks you
for sharing your work with us.
Christian, do you have your N-scale Gordon pre-order in?
I actually don't, Ken. I'll have to do that real
soon. You better. If it sells out before you get your pre-order, you can't call Doug for a favor.
No.
So everybody out there, get your pre-orders in before Christian does. But great stuff. And also, Christian has been working nonstop. He's been pumping out these Thomas Bachmann videos. He actually just listed 2 more videos. The G-Scale Winston, which looks really neat, and also the HO Thomas Clarabelle and Annie and Clarabelle set. So that's really neat. He shows you how to get started into Thomas, which I think Christian is doing a great job. Hopefully he'll attract some new people into the hobby. But look at this on the outdoors. Well, gotta wait for that ad, but hold on. Look how neat this is.
That's brilliant.
Oh, you did a little uphill action, Christian.
Yeah, a little bit.
Coming up and over on that one.
Here's another shot of it.
Nice. It's nice to see Winston's car in action.
Yeah.
Definitely. That was a fun one to film.
So as you can tell, Christian is taking all over the house with his Bachmann Thomas trains, outdoors, indoors. He's covering every single square foot of the house. So great job, Christian.
Yeah, believe me, my folks are not too happy about that in some cases. They're like, easy.
Try to constrain it to one room. All right. Well, thank you, everyone, so much. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Doug. Huge Gordon reveal. Hashtag Go Gordon. And Christian, what an action-packed lined up. You did a great job putting this together. Thank you so much, Christian.
Thank you so much, Ken. And just, of course, always thank you for giving me the opportunity to help out in any way I can. I had a feeling that this was going to be an awesome stream with this amazing Gordon reveal. And that's why I was telling you, Ken, we can't just skip it. We can't skip it. Even with that Tuesday Flounder, we got to still have it, whether it's on the Monday or whatever day it is, we got to still have it.
Well, I think from Chris's point of view, I think it's officially Thomas Tuesday now, is it not?
Yes.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, there you go. We made it. Thomas Tuesday.
So no Sharpie on this.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining us. Get all your Bachmann Thomas products at trainworld.com. Shop online 24/7. Thank you all, and all a good night.
Thank you.
Good night, everyone.
Night.